Hey there, and welcome to No Recipe Required. Hope you're doing well. Tonight is fajita night, and we're going to go ahead and show you how to do some chicken fajitas. Really simple to make. You know, I use chicken breast, but you can easily do this with chicken thighs. I love using thighs. The meat's a little bit juicier and a little bit more flavor. But tonight we got breasts. I'm gonna cook off some red pepper, some onion. We'll do some marinade on the chicken. Gonna be absolutely awesome. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first thing we're going to do for our fajitas is make a little bit of a marinade. Very simple to do. What I've got here is maybe 3 tablespoons of finely chopped cilantro. I'm going to throw that into my bowl here, along with, this was I think 3 large garlic cloves. We'll throw that in there. I've got a couple limes that I'm going to squeeze in. Lime juice and cilantro and you know, kind of the Tex-Mex food just goes super well together. These ones aren't super juicy. It helps if you you know, give the limes a little bit of a roll before you cut them up. I actually may go back and cut a couple more. You definitely want it a little soupy when you get that marinade in there. I've got some cumin here, and you know, I don't measure any of these. But it's maybe half a tablespoon, maybe a teaspoon of cumin. I've got some oregano. I'm going to do a little bit of chili powder in there, about the same amount as I did cumin. I've got some garlic powder. We'll throw that in there as well. And then what we're looking to do is, obviously, you know, this one's a little better. I've got a few more in the fridge. I'll just pull out. You're looking obviously to get it nice and juicy so that it coats the chicken, the shrimp, whatever it is you're doing. And then we just mix this together. Oh, and I do like to add a little bit of honey. You know, sugar works as well. We squeeze that in there. I think the sweetness really adds a lot to a dish like this. Get that mixed in. Yeah, this is definitely going to need a couple more limes. You want it, you know, liquidy consistency, and then we're going to go ahead and marinate our meat in this. So I added another lime to my marinade there, the juice of a lime, and then a few glugs of olive oil, a couple tablespoons of olive oil, and just mix it together. I obviously dropped my chicken breast in it, but I generally like to marinate things in a plastic bag like this, a little Ziploc bag. So I'll just drop the chicken breast into my Ziploc and then take the marinade and do the same thing. Make sure we get as much as we can in there. And then once we seal this up, you can pop it in the fridge very easily. You may want to keep it in a bowl just to make sure it doesn't have any leaks anywhere. But then you know, you can obviously work it around, make sure the marinade kind of covers everywhere. And I'm going to let this go about an hour. And then we'll pull it out and we'll start cooking up our chicken fajitas. Okay, for our fajitas, I'm gonna do some red bell pepper and some onion. I just got finished, you know, cutting my pepper into these nice strips, and we're gonna do the same thing with the onion. I like to do for fajitas like this the julienne cut. So essentially, I'm gonna have the you know, the top and the bottom of the onion facing towards me, and then cut down lengthwise into the side, and eventually, as you go through it all, when you get about this far, it's easiest just to flip it over and start again, and you get these nice long strips of onion. When I'm making fajitas, I almost universally start with my vegetables, because I think they take longer to cook than the meat. You're looking to get them, you know, nicely seared on the outside, some of those black or dark brown edges, and just tender on the inside. I do my peppers and my onions together. If you want to do them apart, that's fine, but I find this works just fine. I am going to add a little bit of salt, just like I always do. There's very high heat and a little bit of olive oil. We'll do an initial toss, and then I kind of just want to leave them alone so that they do get that nice sear on one side. We'll flip them maybe, you know, once, twice to try and get the other side, but really pretty simple to do. Okay, my vegetables have been going for a few minutes. The bottom of the pan is starting to get brown. That is what I'm looking to get. It does look a little bit dry to me, so I'm just going to add a touch more olive oil to it. And really this cheese just need, you know, probably another 8 minutes or so. I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit once I've got that, that caramelization on. And then I'll start cooking our meat. Okay, so our chicken has been marinating for probably an hour and a half or so. You don't really need to do any more than that, but even, you know, even half an hour or so will definitely help infuse some of that flavor in there. So I'm going to take it out. Remember, we didn't put any salt or pepper in the marinade, so I'm going to go ahead and add both of those. And then I'm going to grill my chicken, so we'll bring it out to the grill. But you can easily, if you don't have a grill, do this right in a very hot pan, sear it off right on the stovetop, and cook it through that way. Absolutely no problem. My peppers and onions are going, and let's go ahead and cook this off. Okay, grilling our fajita chicken. We're going to do just like we do with just about anything we grill, or even pan sear on the stove. Super hot grill. Lay it on. Don't play with it. Don't touch it. Just let it kind of sit there, sear, get that nice crust on one side. Piece of chicken, you know, like this, so again, probably 1.5 to 2 inches thick. Probably going to take about 6 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes on one side. We'll flip it over and do it like 3 to 4 minutes on the other side. Okay, so our chickens have been going now for about 5 minutes or so. I haven't touched it, haven't flipped it, haven't even looked at it, and I haven't brought my tongs outside. So I'm going to go with the finger approach. I don't really recommend it because it is quite hot. If you need to do it, just do a quick little flip like that, and you're going to be good to go. You want to get that nice crust on the outside, good sear on it, and really this time around we're going to do about half the time, so probably 3 minutes on this side, and chicken will be nice and done. All right, got my chicken fresh off the grill for our fajitas, and you do want to just go ahead and cut through thin, long strips. Is, you know, obviously that traditional fajita look and feel. Once you get through, you can just lay it out and let people come over, grab their own, or obviously serve it up yourself. Okay, for our fajitas, I just took my soft taco shells, wrapped them in some foil, threw them in a 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes, and they're gonna get nice and toasty. We'll lay one right out, and then you know, I love to make my chicken tacos kind of piece by piece, right? Let everybody come over, lay a little chicken down, and then we'll go into our peppers and onions and get some of those guys right on our fajita. Then you know, the condiments, you can be really creative. I've got a little bit of guacamole. You can use, I got a little salsa. This is store-bought, but certainly you can use some homemade, maybe a little cheese, and you are good to go. I will see you next time on No Recipe Required.